They learned how to speak English for the humans. That's why he was like, ape, strong. Maybe he could only say one word, ape. And they was like, oh, shit. He said a word. Now these motherfuckers talking to each other in English.
Nah, yeah, it's crazy.
Why are y'all doing that? Y'all have your own, y'all speak ape. Anyway, we're going and seeing that.
I heard it was... Yo, it's the MalloryBrosPodcast, episode 201.
I can't believe you even stuttered a little bit before 201. You
Terrance,
should know what episode we're on.
Terrance, you legit... I'm gonna let you rock.
Me and Terrell bumped heads a little bit before this podcast. So
He's
we might
annoying.
Seem a little... He's very annoying. I'll tell y'all that. But the people that listen to this podcast, y'all should be lucky that it's just a podcast that you got to deal with.
He came out the gate shooting. You should have said that. Meanwhile, this motherfucker said, what episode is this? 190. I had to help the nigga.
We at 200. Come on.
201.
201. I'm just saying, we in the 200s. Come on, it's a big deal. Get it right. Y'all tell him get on this pivot because he's slipping and sliding.
I'm good. I'm great.
Rep was like the travel. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Almost said Friday. I'm not on my pivot. See the nigga throwing me off.
Terrance, nah, that's you. That's all you. You the nigga that talk shit and airball.
And then I say how many points you got. I airballed the game winner. Anyway, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody enjoys their week. Work week is back going. Fuck yesterday, right? Monday. Fuck
Hell
Mondays.
Yeah.
But it's Tuesday. If you got your shift going right now, hopefully you getting busy. Hopefully things started on the right end. Remember you used to start your shift on the wrong foot?
Hell yeah.
Got my fucking name tag.
You're late or you missed breakfast. There was nothing worse than getting to work late and then not eating breakfast because you was late. Now you starving at the start. Can't wait for lunch. But then you can't take a stretched lunch shift because you was late. So now it's like, first you late, now you...
Yeah. Or your lunch don't come when you thought it was going to come because it fuck around and get busy.
And let me tell you something. I didn't fuck around with that.
You think the customers know you missed breakfast?
If you going to DoorDash your lunch, that motherfucker better get here. You better make that order sometime before you actually take lunch. The motherfucker standing at the front waiting or looking at his phone waiting. Hold up now. I hope you know your lunch already started.
Me and A-Train talked about how that 30-minute lunch is hell. We can start the podcast with that.
All right.
30 minutes for lunch is literally 5 minutes to eat.
It's honestly terrible. You should get at least an hour.
It's going to take me 3 minutes to clock out and get past Miss Marshall. I'll be back. Oh, yeah, I'll be back.
Nah, yeah.
It's under there. By the time I get to my whip, that's 5 minutes. It's You know what's a horrible 30-minute lunch? When you got to go from a 30 to the new time. Like if your lunch is at 2:30 and you got to be back at 3.
You don't get to...
It's 2:46 in no time.
You don't get to the drive-thru until 2:44.
I'm going to just go inside.
You be trying to cut every corner you can, but you know what? The best thing to do, bro, is to take your lunch.
Hell yeah.
I'm about to start packing the lunch to come to this motherfucker.
You don't need to pack a lunch. We got plenty of food for you to eat in here, motherfucker. Look, I take it as disrespect. Motherfucker, act like I'm starving in here. What you want?
I want a turkey, cheese, and avocado sandwich.
But
it got to be Kobe Jack. And I want Pepperidge Farm white bread. Fuck out of here. You don't have it.
Who we couldn't lace this nigga with what he just asked for?
Pepperidge Farm? Hardy White?
Farm. Dave's White. We got the Dave's
White. It ain't Pepperidge. I want Pepperidge Farm Hardy White. Lightly toasted, salt and pepper mayonnaise, both breads. Then a little mustard, turkey, Kobe Jack cheese, but you don't have.
We got Kobe Jack.
Take an avocado. Where is it? Where they at? Is it the brown bag over there? The bag of brown.
Terrell ain't got a bag of brown. What you talking about? It's fresh avocados. Fresh.
Yeah, all right. Let's go squeeze one.
That's funny. Avocados are low-key the new bananas. Like,
they
damn,
are.
what's up with y'all?
I'm telling you, I admire people that can buy a sack of... But you know, people be making guac.
Nah, hell yeah.
And shit.
Just a pro tip: anybody who eats avocados a lot, put them in the fridge if you want them to last a little bit longer. I learned that, and trust me, I've been doing that.
Terrance avocados are right over there on the counter.
That's
Do
what
not
we finna
listen to this
use
nigga.
them.
He don't take his own advice. He's that type nigga.
And it's the thing: if they've been out and you need an extra day or two on them, put them in the fridge.
He's a save your money type motherfucker on his podcast, but in real life, he's in debt.
Save your money.
He trying to get out of debt by telling y'all.
He's telling you his ideas, not solutions.
But I want to give a happy belated Mother's Day to all the women out there that are moms. The beauty of childbirth. Y'all are truly some superheroes out there. I'm telling you, if you fellas, you see that shit, you.
Hold on, wait, Trey, was the horn
when
up?
you see it. Oh no, I wasn't.
But nah, yeah, 100%.
But when you see it, it's like, man, it's crazy. Y'all literally they bodies create humans, bro. So, happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I hope y'all had a great Sunday.
Y'all have to keep it 100. This nigga be trying to sun me on the mom shit.
How?
Like, did y'all peep what he just did? I feel like you be discounting me.
Terrance,
like,
I don't. You get it. You project.
People need to know that new parents are funny as shit. Like, they can't go without telling you that you're either ready or you're not ready. When you doubt yourself, new parents will say, "You got this. Are you kidding me? Look at me. I'm a fucked up ass human being and I did it." Right? Then, when you're confident and you say you do got it, they say, "Oh, that confidence you got, trust me, I was right with you. You're gonna fuck it up."
Yeah,
he can't even give a Mother's Day shout out without saying, "Terrance, you know, when you finally get to, all right."
I want y'all to imagine you work at the ice cream parlor, right? You've been working at the ice cream parlor for a year, just a year, but you know how everything works. This motherfucker just applied and got the job. Congrats. Yeah, he got the job.
Go ahead.
He starts saying shit that make you think,
We talking
I
about
need to
this
tell this
situation.
motherfucker. I'm about to tell you. Because, mind you, I've been working at the ice cream parlor for a year. This motherfucker say, chocolate is the white one, right? And you
Hold
go,
up. See, now that disrespect.
no.
That's disrespect.
The chocolate is the brown one. And you want to make sure you take 2 scoop XYZ for this order. He say, damn, you trying to hurry up and do all your... It ain't always that. Nah, I be trying to help this nigga out. He's going to trust me. My phone ring right now for this man, but wait until his bundle of joy.
You see how he's discounting me now, y'all? What the fuck is he talking about? We talking about Mother's Day. This is literally like we work at the ice cream parlor, and they say, "Okay, yeah, I just started working here." They get up there and they say, "Yo, this is a great parlor. What would you say is the recipe to the reason for this great parlor?" And this nigga get up there and say, "The people who've been working here longer, the people who have been working here,
Terrance, that ain't true.
We put the work in. We've been here for years."
Y'all know
it's
how
like,
this.
damn. I mean, I just like, okay, I'm a part of the team.
I think you prepared, but I also think.
No, Terrell, I'll never be as ready. If I studied 1,000,000 books, Terrell would still say it ain't nothing like when they're really here. And nothing more you can learn.
I mean, there's an element of that. There's an element of truth to that.
So annoying.
I'm not, but Terrance, I'm not gonna let you try and paint me as the person that just had a kid that always trying to be the advice, the annoying motherfucker, because I'm not that. Terrance is
Terrell, you are that.
Terrance, no, you alarm me sometimes. This motherfucker asked me to give my son a sip of fucking, what did you say? What was it?
It was a juice yesterday. Oh, I didn't know they wasn't on drinking juice yet.
Who the fuck give regular adult juice to a sub 1-year-old?
It's an adult juice?
Yes.
What is adult juice?
Shit that adults drink with fucking...
Terrell, what is adult juice?
Anything that got more than 20 grams of sugar per serving.
Is apple juice adult juice?
Yes.
So apple juice is adult juice.
Apple juice is adult juice. Kids, I don't know if y'all know, they have honest apple juice now. They have kids apple juice that you're not supposed to drink. Going and picking up the Martinellis, it is not for your kid.
What is
too
happening
much sugar?
to the world?
Terrance, too much sugar.
Terrell, when you was a kid, you was not drinking honest.
Terrance, you know
you
what
was
we
a
are?
kid, you was not an adult.
Terrance, you know what we are?
6 years old, you can drink apple juice, right? Fuck out of here.
Do you know
Who's
you
really
live...
sounding like the Jimbo Jambo parent?
Do you know you live in the fattest country in the world? The fattest. The most obese country in the world. You know why? Hey, give that baby some of this 20 gram a serving of sugar juice.
We should be giving them honest juice.
Yes.
What the fuck is this? Why? I mean, it's apple juice. And look,
and then you
want
want
to
to
big of a deal he made.
Your fat ass in the front with a large fry. You paying the fries back to her. You just building.
Terrell, don't trigger nobody because, hey, get it how you live. You said y'all see how all I said was, hey, y'all should let him try the juice. And they're like, oh, wait until you have your kid. What? New parents, annoying as hell.
Because I would hope you wouldn't do that.
We get it. You just got your ass whooped for a year, and I'm getting ready to get mine kicked. But you're the person who, it's like because y'all so fresh with it, y'all cannot let us live.
You like, I don't even have an analogy.
Fuck out of here. You know what you dress like right now? You dress like you about to chaperone a school dance, boy. Fuck out of here. You look like you know how to open up the cafeteria. He walking around with 80 keys. Cafeteria.
What
right
you
this
look
way,
like, boy?
ass.
Look at you, boy. You look like you can ready to go fishing. Fuck out of here. Off the Bay Bridge.
You look like
a pier fisher.
You look like a fish that would be by the pier, boy. Weird fish.
Okay,
why are you not out in the ocean enjoying your life?
Okay, what you look like, boy? Bass. You're like a bass. You know how people love bass fish?
Hell yeah, bro. Those are the best fish to catch, and we never went bass fishing. We only fished for croakers, couple spot,
perch,
rockfish. Cause I brought in a big boy before. Pause. But yeah, I swear I hate this world. Hey.
All
right, look, let's get started. The first thing we gotta talk about is it was Mother's Day weekend. Spent it with the fam. A-Train is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Just a beautiful first Mother's Day for her. Love seeing Mom Dukes. G-Thing.
Yeah. It was dope, man. Mother's Day is always great. We did it big. I don't know if y'all, if I told y'all, I got Gigi a big, huge, like a gift, something she, I ain't gonna say on the pod, but I got something she always wanted. Because the first Mother's Day she had, of course, she was 9 months pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Or eight months pregnant. You know, basically similar to with a baby still in utero. But this one, I wanted to do something special because it's the first year complete, you know? Like your first year complete with the baby in the world. So I got her something that she always wanted. We did it big. I gave her a little speech. It was dope. She cried. I damn near cried.
Nah, yeah.
But it's just like a celebration of, especially her first Mother's Day and my first Father's Day. After the 1 year mark, it's like a damn.
Nah, yeah.
I done successfully did this shit for you. I just told my boy Sean, shout out Sean and his son. At his son's birthday, I was like, damn, bro, you just successfully did a year of this shit. Shit ain't no joke, bro. The shit is no joke.
He didn't successfully do a year yet. Oh, his son's birthday.
His son's birthday,
my bad.
Once the baby won.
You've done it for a year.
Done it for a year.
I definitely got A-Train a gift I won't say on here. And I got some gifts that's still coming. Because, hey. Which we was talking about is it's a new era of gift giving. You ever realize that? Like, it's way better to order stuff than it is to go and find stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking for gifts for Mom. It's like you used to be able to go in and be like, oh, this would be dope for my mom. Where the fuck are you going to go?
Honestly, bro, Mom is the toughest person to shop for. I just ended up getting, I felt bad. I ended up doing the gift card money situation.
I feel like if you could give your mom some dough, though, that's a good look.
But you know, Mom, I was trying to do it off the surprise.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. I still don't think she knows that I cash after. She not going to know. She going to hit me on Friday and say, I'm grateful for this.
Or she going to say,
I'm going to say that was from Mother's Day.
I had that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Definitely was a dope Mother's Day. First Mother's Day for On, so, you know, some people don't believe that you're mother yet until the baby's actually here, but I don't believe in that. I think, you know,
Man,
I've watched her fight already.
You doing the work. You doing the work already. You ain't got no choice.
Hell no.
If I'm not a mom, you have to take this nausea from me. Take this backache from me. Take this from me. Take this hunger. Take the fact that I don't like my favorite Cheetos no more from me. You know?
Nah, no bullshit.
Come on, man. Can't nobody tell me nothing about that. That's something that I'm like Bernie Sanders behind that. But what else happened this weekend? Anything over the weekend?
Only thing that I do want to say that happened over the weekend is, let me go and make sure I have. Damn, this joint gonna fucking die.
Did we go anywhere? Did I go anywhere this weekend? I think I had a pretty chill weekend. If I'm being completely honest, my weekend was so tame. We was cool in it. Matter of fact, I didn't even take my son to swim school. Oh, I took my son to swim school, which is my every pod. Everybody always say. But took my boy to swim school this weekend and did Mother's Day. That was it.
Not him.
Oh! Shout out to my brother Ramon. He just had a baby.
There we go.
My brother-in-law had a baby. We went to go see the new baby. That was great.
First off, congratulations to Ramon and Wendy. Beautiful baby girl. So happy for y'all. Goals. Girl, dad, shit.
Not yet.
Right with him. Can't wait. Can't wait to meet her. Also, in Japan, they recognize, and shout out to my boy Donald who told me this. My day one, May 9th is recognized as National Goku Day in Japan.
For real?
Yep. And if you watch anime, I'm not sitting here acting like the biggest anime fan, but I do know the biggest guy in anime is Goku.
Really?
The biggest anime character ever we could say is Goku, right? That don't sound blasphemous.
I'm not even going to hop in that because these
Terrell,
niggas are going to say that he's nowhere better than Luffy from One Piece or fucking...
Generations on top of generations know who that man is. And the national day we recognize him is May 9th.
That's dope.
Man, the 9 is so fucking hot right now. Everybody should just go get it tatted. It's not just for me. Guess what? National Goku Day is the 9th. Did they consult with me on that because I'm crazy and fuck with the 9? No. It happened.
Yeah. I don't believe in coincidence, but that is mighty.
Brand new Kendrick Lamar on 4-5. Did he consult with me?
We got brand new Kendrick Lamar on 4-6.
But 4-5 was the start.
5-4. Bitch ass nigga.
5-4. Either way, that number add up.
That nice.
Cash me out.
Speaking of Kendrick Lamar, the beef is basically officially over at this point, y'all. I had a couple questions that I wanted to ask you, right? I wrote 3 bullet points down. I put Kendrick wins and here's why. Y'all know that I have been called all types of glazer, dick rider, this is crazy.
He's going crazy on it.
Y'all know I tried to keep the playing field level because the biases just got a little out of control. I will take the feedback from some people that say, you was trying to even the playing field, but bro, you ended up being biased. I'll take that from y'all. I have no issue with Kendrick. I love Kendrick to death. That's my guy forever. I love that man. His fans are the reason why shit ended up going the way it went. Because the shit ended up getting to the point that I don't think we've ever seen something like that in rap beef, ever. When it comes to the fans.
I agree.
Where the art was subjective and allegations are subjective based on who made them. But I did want to say this. Kendrick won this beef. Kendrick was out for blood, bro. That's the one thing that I wanted to tell you. When you look back at it, when they I don't know if you've seen that they said Kendrick had 10 records recorded already. And as the beef progressed, he would go in to imagine him having 10 records and him saying, bet, based on whatever he dropped, I'm going to put this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or pour this from that.
Obviously, Kendrick had information. Like, it's coming out that Kendrick definitely had information. And it doesn't look like it was a setup. It's just not as concrete, but the battle over now. So, you know what I'm saying? And now it's just all post-conjecture. But, like, I was just thinking about the fact that Drake's shit was called Family Matters.
Yeah.
And then his shit right at 13 minutes later was called Meet the Grams. Now, this is my thing. He could have had that shit titled something else and said, oh, he called it that? Bet, I'm going to title this shit this and hit upload.
I think it was always Meet the Grams because of the way he did it, but you're right. Yeah.
I feel like he knew exactly what he wanted to do to Drake before Drake even responded to like that. But he executed better. Mm-hmm. I just got to keep it 100, y'all. Like, a lot of the Drake fans hit me after I tweeted that Kendrick won and was like, bro, why do you think that? Because, dog, this nigga got the #1 record, not like us, and I do agree that it is the Drizzy stamp. Kendrick don't have many #1s, but if you diss a nigga that's normally #1, his disses don't go #1. Your disses are #1 in his country. You got every club in the world playing it. Once the fans picked the side, like once it seemed like nobody even gave a fuck about what Kendrick's accused of, that's when I knew he won. And I do think Meet the Grams plays a big ass role in that. You lied about this. You lied about that. That made it so that people just heard that you have your manager is your kid's real father and you beat your wife. But on my record, I say how much of a weirdo he is and a liar he is. Niggas legit didn't care because Kendrick was more convincing. I think the mistake, I'm gonna let you have the floor, but I think the mistake that Drake made was focusing so much on what Weeknd said, what ASAP said, what Rick Ross said, what Metro, Future. And I do think it was a little unfair. We'll talk about the lose-lose situation after. But You would have needed to focus solely on Kendrick to win this, and you didn't. And this nigga had nothing but full focus at you. And yeah, it was a 20v1, it was. But when it comes to you versus the industry, I would say he won. Because the nigga people still checking for him.
Yeah.
After 30 niggas. But when it comes to you versus Kendrick, I gotta hand you the L.
I definitely think Kendrick won the war. If this isn't a... Because at first people saying he won the battle, but this is still a war because it is what it is. I think the war was won by Kendrick. And I think also Kendrick had the upper hand and played it very well. He played it in a better way than I thought he would. Because when this battle started, I feel like the way that the Drake fans set everything up, it was looking like it was a lose-lose situation for Kendrick. It was looking like if Kendrick don't have a big button to press, if Kendrick don't have a big news story, another story of Adidon type of level of unveiling something, then it seemed like, what is he going to say about Drake? Remember that? Mm-hmm. What is he going to say? So I used to say, at the start of the beef, I was like, yo, he can out-rap him. What if he uses what he heard already and out-raps him? When the first joint dropped, a lot of people was like, oh, he said a bunch of shit that he got off of TL. Remember that? It was like watching Kendrick go down 0-2 and then get 2 home game wins, and it really kind of came down to them next responses. Like, do you remember when it was just push-ups and... Tailor-made versus whatever was next from K-Dot?
Well, Kendrick dropped Like That, right? Or he did Like That drink came out.
Yeah.
And then We Still Don't Trust You drop. Weekend doubles down. Rick Ross is celebrating. Drake dropped Push-Ups. He addressed everybody, specifically Kendrick, but then he dropped the tailor-made joint with the AI, and he was popping shit. I'm not gonna.
The first response from Kendrick in this whole joint was what?
Euphoria.
Do you remember Okay, Euphoria was the one they were saying he got a lot of stuff off the TL.
Yes.
Yep. Do you remember Euphoria versus Push-Ups tailor-made freestyle? It seemed like Kendrick was, you know what I'm saying? The people who really respected.
I remember because I was there. Niggas immediately said fuck tailor-made because it had AI. They didn't give a fuck how creative it was. Let's not change history.
I'm not trying to change history. I'm more so saying Kendrick was under the heat of not supplying the TL with nothing new. You know what I'm saying? You're right. Drake got beat up for that AI shit, but I feel like also I don't think he was taking an L by that. I think some people fucked with it. A lot of people loved there's people who fucked with it heavy and thought it was creative. But there was people that hated on it. But to see Kendrick win back over the TL, it seemed like, based on what you said and what I disagree, I think you should have to out-rap your opponent. I do think Kendrick, if I had to give both of them based on all of the diss tracks, I would give Kendrick the win on creativity and angles and real rap shit. But when you look at it from the TL perspective, that's why you see people saying Kendrick demolished him, Kendrick destroyed him, because it went from being rap versus rap to reputation versus reputation. Okay, well, he's a woman beater. Oh, I've literally saw somebody say, I'd rather be accused of beating my wife than a fucking pedophile. And it's like, you shouldn't want to be accused of either of that, you know?
Not yet.
So it's like, it turned into morals v. morals, and what type of man are you versus what type of man am I? And that could be hip-hop, but it didn't stay hip-hop with the fans. Like, Jay-Z could say, you don't take care of your son to Nas, you know? But if you wouldn't see a bunch of Jay fans outside and saying, fuck Nas music, the rest, because he don't take, you know what I'm saying? We've taken it to a different level with the stan culture. I think that was next, right? What we was going to talk about, the stans?
We can talk about the stands a little bit. I was going to talk about the lose-lose situation for Drake.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you think Drake was in a lose-lose situation? Because that was something that was floating on the TL. People thought it was blasphemous. Some people agreed.
Yeah. I think Drake was like the Warriors that was 73-9. They have the record. Hadn't took many losses, bunch of wins. The 100%, you know what I'm saying, favored guy to win. In my opinion. Only because of how we set it up. Everything's known about Drake. I'm the biggest. No matter what I say, they're going to play it on the radio.
That's true.
You didn't think Kendrick had a Not Like Us in him until we got Not Like Us.
That's true.
So I think Drake was in a lose-lose position because he was already the guy that was favored. He was like, I ain't gonna lie. When Dave Haney got caught with that first right by Ryan Garcia, I immediately was like, oh, okay, this nigga might win. You know, I root for the underdog. I'm like, oh, he might knock him down. I was in Seattle. I couldn't put no money on him, but I literally told A-Train, I said, I would put money on him. But long story less long, in my opinion, because Drake was the guy that was favored, I think what he said was going to be judged a little bit more crucial because you are the one with the crown. This dude he's played the role of the underdog, even though we call him king. He haven't dropped music. He has been whatever. He is more, if we keep it in a stack, y'all, in hip-hop culture, it is very black-rooted. And Kendrick does come from more of a natural root than Drake. You could just keep it 100. I think he used that to his advantage.
He did. Oh, yeah. He masterfully used that angle because it's not, and that's the thing too. Kendrick executed with angles that already exist, but he just took it to a different level.
Yeah.
In terms of the lose-lose situation, I do think Drake was in a lose-lose situation, but I don't think it the same way
Let me finish though, because I wasn't finished. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Yeah, don't let me start over you. Go ahead.
Because I want to make sure that people know. I don't think he was in a lose-lose situation because of like the way it was set up. I think he was in lose-lose because of the fact that you're going up against one of the best rappers ever, and you have the disadvantage of already being on the top. We've all wanted Kendrick to do to somebody what you stepped in front of. It could have been J. Cole. And I want to say this on record. I don't think if Kendrick and J. Cole would have beefed, I don't think it would have went to the levels that it went to with Drake and Cole.
Yeah.
That's why all of you Cole fans who are saying, oh, Cole made the right decision by stepping out because he knew, fuck that. Cole still looks lame for stepping out because you weren't going to get outed as a child beater, as a woman beater or a pedophile, J. Cole, if you aren't. So we're commending him because I wouldn't want to be called a pedo.
Terrance, hold on, wait. We don't know what these niggas could have made up about J. Cole. We don't even know if these two things are true.
But see, that's, okay, so where does the criticism go from that? Because if it's made up, should we be believing it? Because if we're looking at it like rap beef, and J. Cole, you have been a hip-hop head, you know about rap beef. In my opinion,
what if this nigga Drake would have said, I heard one of this nigga kids might have been JIDs.
So what? It's rap beef. Come out and say, nigga, it's not. My fucking girl right there. JID will be like, the niggas lame. Wow, they coming up with shit. Come on. I just feel like J. Cole, you could have played ball and it wouldn't have gotten so messy.
He definitely could have played ball, man. He could have. It would have just been rap. Kendrick is petty as fuck. Kendrick definitely destroyed this nigga Drake's he attacked his whole, what do you call it? Character. He assassinated his character. I think the nigga was in a lose-lose situation because of himself partially. I think it's partially on him and then partially on reception. But the part that's on Drake is the guy who has been the no friends in the industry. My brothers is my brothers. You niggas not no kin of me.
A fact.
He's been that guy. I'm not friends with you niggas, just me and my brothers. Meanwhile, you are the god. It doesn't matter. All these rappers that rap about fucking somebody, bitch. Yeah, I had your bitch in the Sprinter. Your bitch want to be with us. Drake actually, by way of, I'm not glazing a nigga, but he was actually really doing that shit to niggas in the industry. You know, say what you want about the Future situation, about Rick Ross and his, situation, and why he was even triggered. The Weeknd apparently is over a chick. So you kind of created this villain persona for yourself already in the industry. Mm-hmm. Therefore...
And ran with it.
You basically like you the industry boogeyman. You the certified lover boy. You know what I'm saying? Think about that era. Niggas did not like that era from Drake. You out there with the young boy mother. You rent out the baseball stadium. You a womanizer. Think about a nigga like Kendrick. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk. I hate the way that you dress. That nigga was speaking from his soul when he said that shit. So this is my thing with Drizzy. I think Euphoria and Family Matters are the best two songs to come out of the disses. Wow. For me. Okay. For me. You might like something else, whatever. But I think that first response from Kendrick on Euphoria, that was the start of, I see exactly how this about to go. Yeah. That's where it went from rapper v rapper to you either think this way or you gonna think this way, and you gonna side with Kendrick or you gonna side with Drake.
Nah, yeah.
And for me, I watched this nigga accuse him of some shit, and this nigga accuse him of some shit, and then I started to see one thing not being talked about as much, and one person's thing being taken as law, where because people say Drake shouldn't have addressed all that shit. He should have never said anything about the pedo shit. It made him look worse. But the whole TL was beating him down to respond. They wasn't doing that to Kendrick. You know why? Niggas believe, so sorry, Drake, you the certified lover boy. You the nigga that did have the Millie Bobby Brown weird situation. There is this weird video. There is weird shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when the niggas put that on your jacket, niggas believed it. And then when you finally take the time to put something on Kendrick's jacket, which is his son not his, and he's a pedophile, this nigga comes back with, you're the biggest liar ever, and you got another daughter that you're hiding. Mm-hmm. So he got a smoking gun, and then he's gonna derail your whole argument 13 minutes after you make it. And so I was like, damn, like, Drake, you low-key put yourself in a little bit of a lose-lose situation. Because guess what? It wouldn't have been a 20v1 if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been 20v1. It could have just been you versus Kendrick. You didn't have to do all of the Rakim talking shit again. Oh, Abel, I don't want to hit a falsetto. You wouldn't have had to do none of that. But guess what? The nigga did that because you've been a messy nigga, and then you just barked at a nigga that literally hates your guts. It was no way you was gonna win.
You 100%
But you
right.
play a role. But he plays a role in that, and that's the biggest thing. You play a role. I did want to ask you this. What do you think happens now? So you saw Drake post the Summer Vibes is next.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be done because I feel like Drake is gonna be the I'm dissing you guys till I'm 75. I said that on my tweet. He never gonna be finished with the shit. Oh, y'all crazy. The nigga still subs Pusha T sometime.
I do think going forward, I think Drake is still in a good position as a musician. Mm-hmm. Like, there's going to be, I'm interested to see how people really look at Drake going forward, because there are some people who are like, I'm not going to listen to a pedophile. I won't listen to a pedophile. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hey, think what you want, but I didn't take anything that was said in this rap beef as a fact. Not about Kendrick beating his wife, not about Drake being a pedophile, even though there is weird activity out there. I'm not going to go as far as saying that he's a pedophile and likes little kids. I don't know if I can say that about Drake. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of weirdos in the world, men that want younger women. I'm not going to just throw that on Drake's jacket based on the weird stuff that I see until we get more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But until then, I'm still a fan of the nigga. I'm not saying I'm not going to listen to Kendrick until Whitney comes out and says he did not touch me. I'm not going to do that.
Nah, yeah.
I'm still going to listen to Kendrick. But
Okay.
I just think it's going to be funny to see people listen to this new Drake one. Because when this new Drake drops, y'all going what? You're going to see people say it's trash. He fell off.
Oh, yeah.
But the numbers are still going to be there.
He's going to have to fight the current a little bit.
Yeah.
Nigga did it before. And that's the one thing about Drake in this situation. Like, people making it seem like Drake never been here before. He actually has been here before. And the last time, it was more unanimous because your ill was so unfightable.
Yeah.
Damn, this nigga does have a son. Damn. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Pusha T, that shit was crazy. And Drake had to come out after that. So I do think he'll be all right musically. I think he's going to diss Kendrick again. I do think that. I think there will be another diss. And I feel like this is going to be offense. Whether Kendrick responds or not, if Kendrick is smart, I don't think Kendrick needs to respond to anything Drake puts out. You already won. Like, once the streets give you the win, you don't have to. Now, Kendrick is choosing violence. He chose violence. He's been petty. He's gone low. He said that the what did he say? The rabbit hole gets deep. So I can go further. But the nigga just secured the #1 song in the country. You wouldn't be able to. I'm not saying shit else. Same way Push didn't. Take your W the way you got it and don't say nothing. But you best believe Drake is going to say something else. It's crazy how the whole pedal angle came about, though, when you think about it. Because if we're keeping it all the way above, think about how this whole conversation about Drake being a pedo started. Right? It didn't start with people saying, yo, I was just randomly thinking about it, and that Millie Bobby Brown shit was weird as fuck. It didn't start that way. It started with the beef between Joe. I don't give a fuck when nobody say this. That's exactly how I remember it. Joe Budden and Drake had friction. This nigga Joe Budden on his podcast said he's fucking with little girls or he keep fucking with young girls, right? Niggas gave Joe smoke because Joe, you in your 30s, you dated and had a baby with a 20-whatever-year-old. So niggas didn't understand why he was coming at Drake like that. Drake hit him with the IG comment. But that is literally, I swear, that's the origin of the new conversation. Now, we brought the Millie Bobby shit back up, bought that clip resurface, but that's where that angle was legit born. Kendrick just took that shit to a fucking philosophical level because it is true. But guess what? Most of these niggas in the industry are doing the exact same thing. We just love, and it's funny, Kendrick, you talk about protect your sister, save your daughters, but you want to track with Future, who was a serial womanizer. I wonder why you don't hate him. And then you also want to track with Metro. He just got he took one of the biggest L's of the whole beef with his shit. So it's kind of like one of those things where if you about to go that route, as y'all saw in the TL this week, a lot of niggas ended up getting exposed and caught in that web. So far as to go forward, Drake will respond. He's going to diss again. And I don't think Kendrick's going to respond.
I think Kendrick going forward, I'm interested to see what Kendrick's going to do because are you going to put an album out now? Like, are you back? Because it does go without saying, Kendrick definitely seemed to be exiting or like kind of over this shit, even with his last project. The last project was what it was. And I don't think he ever said, I'm done with music. I've always said he chose me, but the way that he did it, you know, it was almost like there's nothing, put it like this. If you make an album and you say that, you know, this is my last one, my last hurrah, and you leave, people say thank you before they say it was trash or I didn't like it. Because we appreciate that you gave this one last hurrah. This is it. Nobody's going to talk about Kobe's field goal percentage in that last game where he scored 60, you know? Or D Wade's last game in Miami. We're not going to talk about how these niggas was jacking and it was a bad game because we know, you know what, this is the last one. I think Kendrick created an energy like that around Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And it was like this, not a retirement album, but it felt like, damn, he might not be fucking with this shit anymore.
Yeah, it did.
So for you to come back on a crazy, you know what I'm saying, diss at Drake, it would have been better. I think it would have been better. Not saying better, let me switch my words. I'd have more of an idea of what Kendrick would be doing next if this diss came from a direct response to another diss. Say he didn't like first person shooter, I get it. But it did kind of seem like, oh shit, this nigga Kendrick just came over and punched the nigga in the mouth.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's why I told you it felt real like the nigga planned it. I think he had them, I think Meet the Grams was done way before Like That came out. I swear I think it was done. I feel like it was one of the 10 records and he said, bet if this nigga bites back on this diss I'm about to put out,
I think
we gonna be ready.
At the time that we was waiting and y'all was saying he need to respond, I think he was cooking that.
Probably.
But if Kendrick was going on a more direct response, I would think, oh, he just came out because y'all poked the bear. But since he came out and whatever, and then I think he put out a couple tracks, Not Like Us is number one, I'm wondering if he gonna take the steam of this and put out an album.
Yeah.
You know what they would say if he does. They're gonna try to say all of this was just so he could get
a big
buzz.
rollout. But I mean, hey, look.
You got the number one song in the world.
It's the Taylor Swift. The game is the game. You could play it like me if you want, but you may not do as good as me. Any nigga can call somebody out, diss them, and then put their album out. Yeah. And they may not do as good as Kendrick because you're not Kendrick. You still have to deliver artistically. That's what people be forgetting. The nigga still would deliver artistically if that happened. And that's why I do got to give him credit because the nigga Drake did go personal first. We could have had a rap and exercise. Drake went personal first. The nigga said, if you go low, I'm going to go lower.
Nah, yeah. That's why I said I wish J. Cole would have stayed in. We would have got some good raps, man.
Nah, yeah. But I mean, until we get something else, man, that rap's one of the greatest beef in hip hop history, man.
Yeah.
You tweeted about it over the weekend. The young brother that was teaching the kids, right?
Yeah.
Give me the backstory on that.
There was a teacher that was in, I don't know if it was an elementary school or middle school. I don't know which one it was, but he posted a video on TikTok and he had, I think 3 or 4 of his girl students were doing his hair or taking his hair out. I think he got plaits, and that the daughters were taking his hair out. Almost at the mid, he said it was at the end of class. It was like 5 minutes left in class. And I guess it was a way that he bonded with his students. I'm not sitting here saying that. I'm not gonna come out immediately and say that what he did was wrong. I'm gonna say that some people, including myself, felt it was a little inappropriate for him to be having that done in the class. 4 girls, students of his, taking his hair out. In my opinion, in the most professional way possible, I would say I felt it was, it was inappropriate considering our kids don't come to school to do your hair.
Right.
I wouldn't want my daughter doing that. Even if she said, well, he said it was no problem. If it's something in his hair, if he, you know what I'm saying? This is a grown-ass man. I don't know what's going on upstairs.
Yeah.
And because that's not a part of the lesson, if he didn't say, hey, our hair follicles do this. He's a science teacher. If he was teaching about hair, if he was teaching about oily skin, something where the activity they doing ties back to a lesson, that's the only way that I would think that it was appropriate.
Yeah.
Other than that, I felt it was inappropriate. It felt like service being done to you.
Yeah.
I looked at it the same way as 3 of his girl students massaging his hand. I don't look at a massage as a sexual thing more than I look at it as it could be a service. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But if it was a massage, you would see very clearly what we see. Oh, hell no. You don't need to do shit for him. That's what I immediately thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I can admit, sometimes, fellas, we have that edge where we like, yo, fuck no. And I'm going to keep it 100, ladies, or some of the people who might be a little sensitive around that, I'll let you go.
No, you got it.
I think our response to this is because of the raw world that we live in. We just saw the joint go viral where the ladies were saying, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody picked the man.
No, the bear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody picked the bear because they were afraid of the man. Or they said, we don't know what men can do. Well, look, we on that same vibe with this. Like, for the people who were saying, I don't see nothing wrong with this. This is a way to bond. I don't see nothing wrong with this. That's you, and we understand that. But to me, those people are the same people who don't see nothing wrong with, they set up they just set up right here and they just want to sell their stuff right here without a permit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably nothing wrong with the intent, but if it's not going to go with the way of the world, you're going to have people that have an issue, and
Not yet.
Unfortunately, that brother lost his job. We're not about to cheer on anybody losing their job, but I do think that's one of them situations where it's cause and effect. You should have thought twice about doing that based on the response.
For sure. I feel like losing your job was the necessary response to what happened.
Yeah.
Anybody that has ever worked in corporate America or that works corporate America or understands HR,
any place
human
that got
resource, especially anything to do with kids. Most of the safety guidelines that are in place in your local retail stores or fucking even the fucking places you go for fast food, a lot of stuff is in place to protect older people and children, and then of course adults. Like when we had, I remember I got in so, I'll give you a backstory. I will never forget my GM. I got in so much trouble because somebody broke our Beats cage and stole a pill, niggas.
Hold up. Okay, my bad. Yeah.
They broke the Beats cage.
I
and
just don't like the
stole
way
pills.
that sounds. So you be shutting me down, but niggas.
Nah, yeah, it was some young
Beats.
niggas. Yeah, some young niggas stole from us. Sad, hard truth. But I didn't clean all the glass up, and it created a crazy safety issue. And what my district manager told me was if a baby or if a kid was to fuck with their cage, cut themselves, whatever, this whole shit could be a storm. So my issue with bruh, the teacher, and why I think he should have lost his job is because not only are you having these kids do these acts of service for you, like you're having them retwist your dreads and doing your hair, but you also are recording and posting it on IG. I'm sorry, on TikTok for content. And that is the dangerous thing about teacher TikToks. Some of them are cool. Like the teachers that are just like, young man, sit down. We about to get started. They just showing like a day in the life of a teacher. I'm cool with that. But what he did, he took it to a level that is like, all right.
Yeah.
Once the best interest of the child's education is compromised, everything stops.
People will ask you, how is that compromised when it was done at the end of the class? People will ask you that.
Because believe it or not, you're not just doing this for the kids.
Yeah.
You're now also recording it. That adds a whole different personal, going on your personal TikTok, it adds a whole different layer to the whole shit.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, parents don't want to see that. They don't give a damn if you post it or not. First of all, your action is wrong.
Yeah.
Number one. Because what is the lesson in having these young girls do this
to your hair?
To your hair. Having them
and then he
nails.
think he Brent Fayez. He's sitting there thinking he cool recording and still talking to the rest of the class. I'm going to keep it a stack with you.
I did not like it.
I wouldn't fuck with... I remember having teachers like that would be buddy-buddy with the girls. Like, them 3 girls are standing up there undoing your hair. What's the rest of the class doing? Just watching? You think about that girl... Think about the girls... This is maybe a whatever thought, but I'm thinking about the students who don't get to go up there and do that. They don't get as close of a connection with the teacher as you. So when you get on them later, it's like, maybe I should be the one up there doing his hair.
Exactly.
And I don't want my kid thinking that.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, you're not interacting with the kids while they're doing that. That would help your TikTok. You on that joint looking cool, talking to other kids. I told Terrell, if he was like, hold on now, not too many people at once, hold on, you going too tight. Like, if he was being like a funnier, like it was this funny thing, like he gave a fuck, it'd be different. But you look like a nigga with bitches in a video doing your hair. Fuck no.
Yeah, because they kids.
You lost outside your mind. This nigga sitting there with a bearded dragon getting his nails done and his fucking hair retwisted. Are you fucking serious?
You out of here. Any principal going to let you go. Any principal. Man. Any school system will let you go. You can't do that, bro.
Not with my daughter.
Mr. Brick got fired when we was in fucking 7th grade because guess what? He was too fucking cool. He was a young nigga. We used to love him. He was a history teacher.
We loved him.
Nigga used to say, close the books. We not doing that shit this week. Close the book. Throw it under the desk. We used to all throw our book under the desk at the same time. The nigga would just stand up there talk about some black power
He would just
shit.
talk about life for an hour.
He would. He would just stand up there and just... But nigga got too comfortable. After school, he had a couple girls in the back of his truck. It was a Bojangles, RIP to the Bojangles at the end. If anybody went to Frederick Douglass and PG, or just know Crane Highway, that Bojangles gone. But was riding the young girls to the Bojangles. Innocent. I don't think he was on no creep shit at all.
I don't think he was on anything. He was just super cool like that.
But they gonna let you go. You start doing too much with these kids. Once again, once the best interest of the child's education is compromised, you gave a great example of what that compromise looks like. Now the kid doesn't think, I can get closer to my teacher by having good grades. They think, well, maybe I should, be able to do this nigga's hair or paint his nails, and then I'll have a close connection. Compromise, you out. Now you out.
Now you're out.
Now you out. As simple as that. It is simple as that.
It's as simple as this. Another compromise is if you were bringing in like McDonald's or you're bringing in gifts for the kids. Now, instead of them wanting to learn or just get on your whatever as a teacher, they thinking about what you're going to bring. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty ways to compromise your job, especially with kids. And you dealing with motherfuckers' parents. I honestly don't know how you even had the heart to even do that. If I was a teacher, I'd be so scared to be touched. Don't touch me.
Nah, yeah.
Don't touch me because I don't want you to feel like I touched you.
Yeah.
You're a kid. You know what I'm saying? I just think
And I think it's ways that teachers have fun with their kids. I've seen this teacher wrestling all his kids. They was attacking them, but like it was a collective. Everybody's involved. And it wasn't even like it was for, I guess it was for, you could say it was for content, which again, you muddling the line, but that was more so showing that he was going above and beyond. He was literally on some reset shit with them type shit. I fuck with that. This is a time and place to play. We not learning. Education isn't compromised because we could be fun outside and then, all right, bet we back to business. We in class, we back to business. So it's a way to, it's a right way to do it and a wrong way. Nigga just did it the wrong way.
As a man, I wouldn't want to be so touchy-feely with the kids because I know I'm a man. I would be the teacher that would do a high five or a pound.
Yeah.
Like, you know how women can say, I'm giving everyone want a hug before they go into class. That to me is something that, and y'all can, I'm not trying to go there, but I do feel more comfortable with the women teachers doing that than me as a man. Go ahead, give me a hug.
Yeah.
I don't want to hug this random man, even if it's your teacher. I'm not saying, oh, look, because you know what they'll say. Come on, y'all, it's love. We giving love. We spreading love. But also, for me, I would just want the kids to know I'm a grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't need to have a relationship with you where we hug. And what am I? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, for sure.
Fist bump. Yo, that's Mr. T. Yo, he's cool. He's old. What am I going and hugging him for? I'm not family.
Nah, yeah.
I would want you to see me hug my family, not kids.
Nah, but and I know exactly what you're talking about, because I bet if a kid asks you for a hug, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna stand here and fucking solicit hugs. You know what I'm saying? That's where shit get weird.
That's where shit starts to get weird.
And I feel like,
look,
go ahead.
Shout out to the people that listen to this podcast, and you're a school teacher. You might be on break, or you might be in there right now with the kids.
Making your warm-up question, or...
If you work with kids, man, y'all better get in the comments and let people know, yo, first off, I do this shit. Let me tell y'all how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if y'all want to have a real conversation, one thing that I will say, it's another teacher that they just tried to fire, another guy. I forget what he did. Parents are not liking the content thing when it comes to children. I don't care if my kids... voice is in it or not. I wouldn't want my kid's teacher to be a content teacher. I just don't want my child mixed up in that space. I would want my child's teacher to be focused solely on teaching them. I don't want you to be teaching them, but you recording, so you doing it for content kind of, because I that just feels like compromise to me. But at the same time,
we also come from that old school way of teaching.
We do.
Like, our teachers was definitely not...
They weren't fucking with it. They couldn't. They can have it. But I do think that teachers are the most undervalued. They should be paid like doctors. If
I
you
agree.
ask me. So
that's one of the most important jobs in the world.
We all paid attention to bruh getting fired. Did y'all pay attention to them other teacher TikToks where the teachers coming out saying all the kids don't read at grade level? Some of them can only read like a fourth grader.
Yeah.
And they're petitioning for parents to start reading to their kids at the crib because these motherfuckers not learning. So I mean, I ain't trying to fucking.
I wonder if that has something.
I'm
to
not
do
trying
with
to serious us out, but
I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that we all on devices. You know,
100%.
We clicking buttons. How much are we actually reading versus what we click? Like when you go to tweet, does it say tweet anymore, or is it just a little pin joint? Or like when you go to do certain things on your phone, pay attention to what you actually read versus what you just recognize. Because a kid does that. A kid says, oh, you just hit the blue button and then hit these 3 buttons up here, and that's how I call. You know.
I'm hitting this, yeah.
But they're learning through seeing and like registering colors and gestures.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's an interesting topic, I'll say that. But we don't like to see that brother lose his job. Hopefully he gets back on his feet. But
and it starts very early. Like this watch that I have on here is not a electric watch, right?
Yeah.
But my son will literally come up to it and do that. Because he's used to me having my Apple Watch and then touching my Apple Watch and it doing something.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, damn, this motherfucker already know. I know what that watch. He's going to grow up. Think about it. He will grow up and go, oh, you got a watch, and I guarantee it has a touch screen.
Yeah.
That's something that we would be like, is it an Apple Watch or a smart watch or it's a regular watch? Like, we know. We grew up with regular watches.
Yeah.
He growing up, his first watch was one that swiped through music and can see a calendar.
Hell yeah.
Just at a different level, bro.
That's crazy because you're going to have to go back and teach him.
Yes.
The clock.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
I felt like I used to fail that first grade test or whatever test. What time is it? Oh, shit.
Hey, try to do that now.
I can do it now.
I can do it now, but let me tell you something. 6:48, you be like...
7.
Or when it's almost the next hour and you like, it look like it's already 5 o'clock.
That's why I said that was the test I would hand in and be like, how the fuck is it wrong? Oh, damn, yeah.
Oh, my God. Remember they used to give you the joint with the clock on it? That was,
That's what I'm thinking
we
about.
We sound like some old niggas.
Y'all should still be doing that test.
Hey, I got a something that we can say. We didn't even put it on the docket, but of course we should have. The one thing that's slipping our mind, the biggest thing of this week.
What?
Tomorrow, if y'all listen to this Tuesday, it's the 14th. Tomorrow's our 30th birthday.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, we official unk
The
status.
official unk status.
Official
30.
unk status. Big 30. Dirty 30.
Now, all you niggas that said you're 30 tweeting about a fucking...
Yeah.
You'll be right.
I feel like at 30 years old, I'll tell y'all this. Appreciate all the birthday love because I know y'all are probably
Gonna show it, yeah.
going to show it. To be 30 years old, one, it's a blessing. On some Menace to Society shit. Happy birthday, homie.
For me.
We don't think that we gonna make it sometimes. And look, I feel like every black man watched that movie and just has aligned that with themselves. Even if you ain't live in the hood.
We weren't supposed to make it past.
Weren't supposed
whatever.
to make it past 24 or whatever. I forget what the number is, but to be 30, I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. I feel super wise. I feel like I got some wisdom now. Like I feel like I can look at the young dudes and be like, hey, you know what? For real, I've made a lot of mistakes and caught some W. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and y'all know I always take it back to the sports betting. I feel like a prime capper now. Like I feel like a real ticket master, if you would. You know what I'm saying? Like I done lost big money and won big money.
Yeah.
So now I can tell you that's not hitting. That's not gonna cash. And I feel confident to tell you that.
Nah, yeah, I would say 30 is a humbling age because you not 20s no more. You legit a man.
Yeah.
For real. This is like but I'm proud of myself. I would say that, if I asked the younger me about when I was young, I was telling G, I was like, do you remember when you was like 8 or 9 or 10 and you was like, when I'm 30 and I got a house and I got kids and I'm living my life, I ain't gonna be worried about none of this shit. Like you be young and you say stuff like, when I get 30, you look at 30 as an adult benchmark.
Yeah.
This motherfucker like 30, you know?
Yeah.
It's like an adult. Like to me, it's like the most adult age. Like I will always say when I was little, like when I turn 30 and I'm living my life, hopefully I'm rich. I used to say shit like that. And now I'm really 30. It's crazy.
Nah, it is. And look, to be 90s babies, I'm gonna give it a shout out to all of my 90s babies whose birthdays this year and you turning 30. I swear, we are the ones that's gotta fix it for everybody. Our parents had this shit different. They couldn't tell us about the world that we was gonna be 30 in. We watched them be 30, and all of their 30-year-old lives were our goals. House, kids, steady job. The steady job part ain't so easy. Milk is $18 if you want the good. You know what I'm saying? You ever talk to your parents and your parents start telling you, I remember when a milk carton was only 16 cents. What the hell? Did you put it in a pail?
Yeah.
Like, we live in a way different world, and we have technology that's robbing jobs from us. Our parents never had to compete with AI for jobs.
Yeah.
Our parents was on the phones. How you doing, ma'am? I'll transfer
Look,
you.
work with a call center for 30 years,
I work with
retired
call-
pension.
All of that. We have to worry about the guy beside us and the robot they creating behind us.
Yeah.
So I think if you 30 years old now, we the real adults. We got to figure it out. You talking about crew looking at a watch. We have to go and figure it out for our kids what's next. Because guess what? Crew and them, our kids, they're looking at your 30 like, well, look at these youngins that's out right now.
Yeah.
Even the 18-year-olds, they mapping they 30 by what they see at 30. And it's like, damn, I could give it to what do you call the 80s babies?
They are millennials.
80s babies are millennials too?
80 from 83 to 96 is millennial.
Wow, yeah. So look, all of the millennials that are, because some of them are like 35, 36. They the same people I'm talking about
Yeah.
like, we creating the new future for what they're going to see. I wonder what they're going to say.
Nah, yeah, because look, the boomers were too old to figure out technology. We literally the middle. We had cassette tapes and CDs and DVD players, but we also ushered in Netflix.
Yeah. First iPod.
Yeah.
First, you know what I'm saying?
We did
First
all.
MP3 players.
We did it all. We literally we the best, I swear. We had the true sweet spot because we had the old shit. We knew what a floppy disk was. These kids be like, oh, that's the save button. But we knew what a floppy disk was. You had an old computer. But at the same time, you ushering in the new shit. So you really are.
Me and A-Train was talking about old school VHS tapes, thick VHS tapes. I was like, you know what? I was a kid. I wasn't that smart, but I could work a VHS tape.
Yeah.
I know the
Put this bitch
TV
in.
gonna come on if I put it in like this. And look,
Dog, do you know how much? Go ahead.
One of my movie suggestions of the week, I'll just say it now, is Shrek on Netflix. It is a fucking
going
classic.
crazy. It's going crazy.
I told her, remember the Shrek DVD, the green DVD?
Yes.
Like,
remember the Nickelodeon joints was orange?
and that's what I was telling her. We went from the orange VHS tapes to orange DVD case. Shrek, the DVD case was whatever. I remember the Like Mike DVD case was red.
Like, yeah, it was.
We grew up to see everything change. And guess what? We could keep up with this shit. Like, we had the first Apple. I remember my first iPhone. I remember my first Apple Watch. Remember the Apple Watch dropped?
Apple Watch 1. My boy Don Sale spent bread on that joint. I think he still got it because it was the first one. You ain't know that the new, what's the new joint they got now? The Apple Watch, the Pro
Ultra.
joint, the Ultra. It's ridiculous, man. But
you definitely sounding like some unks now, but yeah.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday, Brody.
Happy birthday to you, bro.
Milestone, you already had a crazy 2024. Thank Kendrick and Drake. It's honestly a great year because we turning 30. You having a baby. It's my son's first year for real.
Nah, yeah.
But also, we got one of the best years in music ever. And you work in music. So it's honestly, truly, I just really feel blessed. I don't even need to do shit. My girl was like, what you trying to do? I'm probably going to, I want to go to King's Dominion or something chill. I might go see the new fucking King Kong and call it. That's it. My life complete. Yeah. Damn. What I say?
Y'all been stuck on that King Kong after y'all seen it for a minute.
Man, that joint was good. It was a good watch if you watched that joint blaze.
But yeah, definitely want to keep the birthday chill.
Want to keep it chill.
I agree with you. Like A-Train's like, yo, what should we do? I'm scrambling. I'm like, yo, first off,
chill out.
My gift is in your belly. Coming in September. And like I've never been a birthday dude. Mother's Day always is something that we do. And then when our birthday comes, it's like, oh shit. Well, we were focused on Mother's Day.
Sometimes Mother's Day the 14th and our birthday the next day.
Hell yeah.
But I done had my crab fix over the weekend. I'm chilling for the birthday, bro.
I might buy myself something.
Yeah. I like the sound of that because I know what that means.
I might buy myself something just because it's my B-Day, but other than that, this nigga's a real idiot. But look, it's my birthday, so who knows, man? Who knows?
I'm excited for the nigga, man. Hey, look, it's Dirty 30. It's a milestone. You got to go crazy.
It is. Hey, but look, we here to celebrate 40 and 50, bro. So
hell
switching up the diet. Me at 30 now is more of a chin check. It's like when you have a racing heart or when you have a whatever issue. You're 30.
Yes, bro. That's why.
You know how many times I said, I'm 26 years old. There ain't no way something gonna happen to me. They'll say, damn, he was only 26. Now I'm 30. They gonna say, oh, all right, you know.
Kidneys failing? Now, that's the true shit.
Yeah, bro.
And big shout out to everybody that has watched us since 2015. When we first dropped with Culture. We was 21 years old, 22, just started drinking, just started legally being able to do shit.
We walked a lot of you niggas into 21. Don't forget that.
Don't forget.
Some of you I've known since you were 17, nigga.
Or you was in high school. I remember you was at Shalaka and you was watching.
All you had was us at a certain point. Don't forget that.
And look, we still here.
Still
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when niggas ask about like the net and like shit, it's like, bro, do you know how long we've been online? It's ridiculous. Like my girl was like, I could never, fiance, sorry, babe. She was like, I could never walk down the street like you because I'll be afraid that somebody might notice me. And I'm like, I don't have that yet. Nah. I'm not a celebrity.
Not at all.
Because we'll be out and somebody will be like, bro. And every time I'm with her, it's somebody to be like, bro, it's crazy.
I haven't yet had somebody come up to me on some whatever shit. I hope I never do. But it is always love when I see people.
It's always love, yeah. And then I'm never gonna be Hollywood.
Me neither.
Dog, I don't give a fuck if I'm in the worst mood ever. If you support me, you the reason why I'm able to move around and not have to put on that polo and go say, welcome in, sir. What are you looking for today? Washing the dryers? Hey, you got him?
Yeah.
You the reason I ain't gotta do that? My bad.
I'm gonna do the Atlanta airport. I was at the airport
Jackson,
in Atlanta.
Hartsfield, Atlanta.
That rough joint.
Uh-huh.
You get a layover there and you say, how I'm gonna survive.
Yeah. Go to the TGI Fridays behind the Bojangles.
That Bojangles be lifted. Anyway, I met somebody who was in the realest 9. He was like, yo, can I get a pic? I'm like, for sure. And I was late for my flight. I don't even know where he is, but took the pic. He was like, yo, I'm going to watch the video later. And I said, you know what? What if I carry, bro? This man is literally in the realest 9, literally telling me, yo, I'm going to watch that video that you working on when it drop. It's like, to me, I would never be too Hollywood for that. That's why I don't really want to be Hollywood. People be like, yo, y'all can make it big. And I'm like, what does make it big look like? Because does it look like me not being able to even come outside anymore? I don't think I do anything to the level where I'd be able to do that. But like, we was talking about Beyonce. I bet Beyonce would love to just go to the mall.
They doing shit so crazy, bro. Like
Beyonce was out in Japan. They was like, she's on public transportation. And they was like, that's because ain't nobody gonna fuck with her.
Ain't gonna fuck with her out there. She went to, where did she go? Shout out to everybody that watched the Renaissance film in theaters. We real ones if you saw it. But she was talking about how, bro, she was
flying on streaming platforms.
I know. I think it's gonna come to Netflix next. Beyonce signed a 3-movie deal with Netflix. We only got one, which is the
Come on with that, B. You being
Blackest
stingy.
King movie.
She ain't even on fucking stage anymore.
I think we're gonna get that Renaissance joint to Netflix. But Brody, in that joint, she was talking about how she was flying. She would fly. Her family was in, I think it was, forgive me, y'all, if I don't remember the city. I think it was Italy that Rumi, Sir, and Blue were at. And her and Blue would fly to Texas for the Texas show. After that, they would fly back to Italy and then fly to California for the California show because Italy was their getaway where my kids can just run. They can just do whatever. We don't got to deal with the pressure of the world, whatever. And that's what she said in the video because when you get to that level, it's nothing you can fucking do, bro. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Niggas couldn't get with me. Kids out in Italy. You said, speaking of Italy, do you look like you from the middle of Little Italy? Literally. You look like it with that shirt on. You look like you make a good mozzarella.
What you look like, boy? Lumberjack.
Come on, let's move on.
This is a warm ass overjack. You not hot?
I'm definitely
It's 80s.
baking. You ain't see Coleman Domingo at the Met Gala? This nigga was dripping sweat. You need to take all of that bullshit off. All right, I do want to talk about Anthony Edwards. His response to them asking him about Michael Jordan. It's not a big topic, but I thought we could bring it to the pod because I feel like he basically said, I'm the only Ty Crane.
What? Okay, what happened? Give me the backstory.
They asked him, you got a lot of comparisons to Michael Jordan. What do you think? And I think he had a very respectful answer. I'm not getting on him, y'all. But I did want to offer this topic because his response was, he respected Mike. He thought he gave Mike his flowers, but he said, but I got a 3-ball. I don't think Mike had a 3-ball. I think I'm a little bit better than Mike. I'm my own player, right? Mm-hmm. So the media outlets kind of took that story and they summarized it to, Ant Edwards basically says he's his own player even though he bangs with Jordan. I feel like,
you look just like the nigga facially.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. It is freaky. He plays I was just talking to Don about this yesterday. He plays like Michael Jordan. Like the nigga low key, it is insane.
It is scary.
If he cuts his hair bald,
you're Mike.
That's Mike.
He honestly should do that. Just
fucking do it.
Fuck the algorithm up.
If he
go bald.
The Nike, not the Nike, Adidas. The Adidas joint with him just like this, but bald.
And when he get the ring this year,
he's the new Mike. Yes. Anyway,
you think they got a shot?
110%.
That defense,
that man can heat up. They're going up against the world champs right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is not an easy team. Shout out Michael Porter Jr. Shout out Aaron Gordon. Cash me out. Anyway, I do want to talk about how some people see some disrespect in that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was going to talk to you about how do you feel about the answer if they say, yo, you're a great podcaster. Y'all, you remind me a lot of Joe Budden. Joe Budden's got one of my favorite podcasts. He's one of the biggest podcasters ever. And Joe Rogan. You remind me of them, right? You respond by saying, yeah, I fuck with Joe, I fuck with Rogan, but I do something a little bit different. I'm my own me. I was going to talk about how that is a risk.
It's a risk because of how it could be received, and nowadays you don't know how people are going to take shit.
Yeah.
Especially fans. And how they are about their faves.
You're talking about somebody who's already decorated versus you on the rise. You know? Ant Edwards, what if you have a shit season every season after this? Then you saying, well, thank you for the compliments, but I'm my own me. that's gonna get looked at a different way. And I don't think that's all he said. He definitely gave flowers. He basically
He did.
said
He said Mike is the greatest. I saw. He
Yeah.
said he's the greatest of all time. Whatever. I do see how it could be risky though, but I like it though.
It's a good
Make
risk.
your own mark. Say, yo, I'm my own player. I would probably say the same shit. I definitely would give more. I'm just a little bit more of a flowers guy.
Yeah.
I would say, oh, yeah, I can respect that. I rock with them heavy. Yeah, it's crazy. I might not even give you the whole on my own. I'm gonna just think that. I want to make my own mark, but if you think if I remind you of the greatest of all time, that's a compliment in itself.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I go back and forth between wanting him to be confident and saying I'm the only Ty Crane. I'm the only Ann Edwards. I like that confidence, but boy, my thing is this. I've seen that kind of confidence get killed. We watched John Morant say, I'm good in the West. We loved him for that, but then he became the immediate enemy of everybody in the league. I want you to think about how we love Ant Edwards, right? You know how they say Ant Edwards the first real nigga in the league. The league finally got a real nigga. Until he starts getting confident and beating your teams, then all of a sudden him being a real one is gonna work against him.
It's gonna take the back seat to
Because think about it. Ja was a real dude, but then he started saying, I'm good in the West.
But Ja was a shit talker, big time. He's
Ant
a big
Edwards
time.
is a shit talker. Doing the DX joint.
Yeah.
I don't think he liked Ja though. And Ja had the inner circle issues.
I feel like Ant is just still likable. Ja is likable if you like Ja.
Y'all didn't like when he started doing the gritty because he was dancing on you niggas. Think about it. Y'all niggas was boiling mad. Y'all like the white woman in the blondes.
The kids was doing it. He had the kids. He did at one point.
Wait till 12 come back next year. Did y'all forget what he was doing before injury?
Terrance.
Look, I know he gonna be cashing me
What
out.
sucks about him though is that he could have been. Oh, you know what? Let me just take the conversation here. You seen the discourse? Sorry, ladies. You seen the discourse between people saying that the niggas can play in the NBA. It's easy. You can play in the NFL. Austin Rivers, I think, started the whole shit because he said I know 30 players that can play in the NFL right now. The NFL players respond like, "Fuck out of here, no y'all don't," type shit. But what do you think about that whole argument? Which one do you think is harder? Who do you think will have the tougher transition? Basketball players going to football or football players going to basketball?
I think it would be harder for a basketball player to play football. I don't care what y'all say. I think a football player can go to the league and use his athletic ability. Like, what's bruh's name that I was watching? I'm like, damn, you just really just out there just running fucking cardio. I feel like your freak ability. Remember Myles Garrett? I don't think he got like a automatic tray ball, but if he's wide open, he can run and dunk.
Yes.
I think to be a basketball player and go to the NFL, you can only play a limited position. Like, okay, yeah, a lineman can't go to the NFL and play point guard, but I'm sorry, to the NBA and play point guard. But I feel like basketball players and the way that they play the sport and the way they get injured, I just don't see it being I think it'd be easier for the football players to make the transition to basketball.
Yeah, I think basketball is a little bit tougher but then again, I'm kind of split.
The skill level of basketball, I think, is harder. I think the physical aspect of football
It's what makes it tougher.
is what makes that tougher.
The way y'all drawing fouls and all of that, like, come playing football, it's a contact sport. It may not be like it was back when Brady was playing early where you could just get knocked over, but you still getting your shit rocked.
Yeah.
Every play. You got to be ready for that. But at the same time, and then like basketball, you can get away with being trash on one side of your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look, you could be a Steph Curry Luka where you're not the best defender, but you're offensive threat. You know, where people will clown you all. He's trash on defense. You know, he's a cone on defense. But you can't do that in football. Football, you're not going to play if you're getting burnt.
Nah, you're not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get it's different, though, because the offense and defense is played by the same player in basketball. It's just, that's why, honestly, I feel like it's a little bit tough. But to me, I'm going to edge the football players going to play basketball because of the physicality.
Yeah.
If you good enough, like Chris Brown, low key, if you got that skill with the athleticism of a football player, you might be all right in the league. Look at what Myles Garrett does in the All-Star games. I know he out there playing against
Well, look at what Micah
Globetrotters
Parsons just did at the Celebrity All-Star game.
Exactly.
Cooking shit.
And I know they playing against like retired celebrities, Globetrotters. It's not real at all. So by any means, I don't think, but I just think the physicality part is what's going to hold the basketball players back.
I do look at both of them as athletes. They both could probably make this transition.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be easier for the football players. Yeah.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Announced last month. It was actually about a month ago now that they announced it, but I always wanted to say this on the pod. Netflix announced last month that they're going to stop sharing subscription specifics to investors on Wall Street. And that ruffled everybody's feathers. Max, they didn't fuck with it. Amazon doesn't fuck with it. Because think about it. For the duration of this streaming era, you reporting your subscription growth or decline to Wall Street. And that plays a role in how your investors invest. Netflix is beyond that. Netflix is going to be the first streaming platform to say, we're making more money this year than we made last year, and that's all you need to know. Because guess what, y'all? They got the most original content out of everybody. We can actually afford to do this via the operation. Amazon can't afford to do it. Max probably can't afford to do it. But y'all have less original content than me, which means your cash flow comes more primarily from your subscriptions than ours. Mm-hmm. We so up in subscriptions, of course our cash flow coming from subscriptions. But now we can report different. People don't like that. This is why when Amazon had their little stint and niggas were trying to say Netflix is falling off, I'm like, y'all don't know who Netflix really is. They not worried at all. They not worried about Amazon. They're not worried about Max. Nothing. All they gotta do is put out a new Tiger King or some. Think about what's that joint we all just watched?
Baby Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer. Then you got Love is Blind. They got too much motion. Too much.
They've also.
We got the streets.
They the store that's been there. Like, you know how? Look, they just opened up a Kava by my old spot. Remember? Mm-hmm. It was like, you know what? Fuck the Chipotle today. I'm gonna go to the Kava. But do you know how long that Chipotle been there?
Yeah.
You know how many times I'm going to say, you know what, I'm not really feeling Kava. I'm going to go back to where I've been. We all have that Netflix app and been had a couple accounts.
I knew they was throwing their weight around when they said, yeah, we about to cancel everybody that's sharing a password, dead ass. Mm-hmm. And then they legit did it, and their subscriber base grew faster than it has ever grown. Because people that was saying they done with Netflix, they called y'all bluff. Mm-hmm. And you weren't done.
And now all of these other streaming platforms, they can go follow suit.
Because it's the thing. If I'm Netflix, I'm going to say, Max, go ahead and call people bluff and tell them to stop sharing. Mm-hmm. Tell them to stop like we did.
The issue is going to be with y'all, not me.
Yeah, exactly. Because think about when the last time you got on HBO Max for something new. Like, we got House of Dragon coming back. We got a jam-packed June in TV. We got House of Dragon coming back. Mm-hmm. So y'all have a little bit more motion, but y'all don't really have motion like that for real. Niggas is still spinning the wire. I'm seeing niggas on the TL more and more say they just started Sopranos. Have you been seeing that like I have? Mm-hmm. Just started Sopranos. What should I think? Oh, well, niggas be tweeting me that because they know I watched it. But
HBO Max has motion. Never forget HBO
they definitely,
is HBO.
Max has motion, but Netflix be having new shit that's like bad. Like
HBO has new shit.
Think about it. The last new shit that came from HBO Max that I ran to was probably White Lotus.
Nah, after that, they got some runs on there.
They be having little shit on there for sure, but it's not to the level of Netflix.
Maybe it's not.
And Netflix knows that. Like, we just had Love is Blind, the Baby Reindeer joint. You just mentioned Shrek. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nigga said, oh, this is back. So you got adults, kids.
Netflix marketing is definitely next level.
It is. And so that was something that was interesting that came up. Kind of tech corner, but not really.
Just a random topic that I wanted to talk to Terrell about by the end of the podcast. Breakfast foods. I love breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy, believe it or not. I'm actually an Avo toast guy. So
yeah, so is your nephew.
Avo Supreme. For real. Yeah, that's what's up. Uh-huh. Avo Supreme.
Salt, pepper, vinegar?
Avocado, bacon, egg. All on a piece of toast.
You don't do nothing to your avocado?
Oh no, well, you know, I'll put red pepper flakes, pepper, salt. Sometimes I use the Green Goddess from Trader Joe's. Sometimes I'll use I'll use some other shit. Sometimes I'll put some Creole seasoning on it.
Add a splash of vinegar. It'll just bring it all together.
Tony's.
Add a splash of vinegar. Shout out to all the Dominicans out there, but they taught me this. But add a little vinegar, keep it from oxidizing. You know how it start turning brown?
Yeah.
You add vinegar to it, not too much because it'll be sour as fuck, but a splash. And not only bring that flavor out, but it keep it from oxidizing so fast.
Definitely about to add that
Crew
to the
never
arsenal.
eat brown avocado. It's always green.
Damn, you know, we talking about avocados, but that is not even about to be a part of what we even about to be doing. We're going to be ranking breakfast foods.
I know.
Believe it or not. But what we got is some of my favorite breakfast foods. But we're going to start with an OG. Well, I'll say all four, and then you give me your rank. French toast, waffles, pancakes, cereal.
Cereal is the dude. You ever seen the clown? It'd be the soldier, clown, soldier, and they look like this is what the whatever look like. That's how I look at cereal. In that kind
Now
of
keep in mind
because it's just so not because it's a clown because it's but
now
it's
keep
just
in mind,
so
look,
different.
this is on food basis, not just eating them for breakfast basis. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Cereal is last.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a syrup guy. I love syrup. Pancakes are first. Pancakes number 1.
Okay.
Waffles number 2.
Okay.
Overrated ass French toast. Matter of fact, cereal 3, French toast 4. French toast is the most overrated thing you eat with syrup. Period. I love French toast sticks. From the Sonic, you ever had the Sonic French toast sticks or the ones from Wendy's? Mm-hmm. Fire. But like regular bread and egg French toast, this motherfucker used to love getting the fucking French toast from IHOP. I need extra confectioner sugar, or else I'm not going to enjoy it. I need that sifter.
He wants some sugar bread.
I just
Fuck out of here. Go get this nigga a beignet.
I'll tell you what's son in all of them. Oh, but go ahead. Let's hear your rank.
My rank is going to be a little bit different because I feel like I didn't rank it just based on what my vibe is for the morning. I tried to rank it on the seriousness of these foods. So I'm going to start with number 4, right? Number 4 is going to be waffle. 4. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to start over.
What?
Number 4 is French toast.
Okay. Makes sense.
You know what? I'm going to start over.
Jesus.
Number 4 is pancake. I'm going to keep it a stat. Pancakes are delicious, but they absolutely take the longest and are the hardest to make good. Most of y'all make trash-ass pancakes.
Not me.
And they don't look like what it looked like on the Bisquick box.
The pan too hot, y'all.
Your pan's too damn hot.
The pan too hot. I'm telling you. Just turn the heat down and be
Most of you
patient.
don't even know how to make fluffy pancakes. For everybody scoffing. Oh, he already named pancake. Let me tell you something. Also, there's only really one way to eat pancakes. Do they have pancake bites? Go ahead and say yeah, and I'll tell you they're trash.
You ever had the ones from Trader Joe's?
I have. Mid.
Oh, you
Think about it, Terrell. Nah, this is whack.
We don't even eat them.
Pancakes is cool, but look, they take a long time to make. Normally, it's a special morning. You woke up and got some pancakes. You went somewhere, or you got the urge to eat them, so you worked before eating by making them dishes. So pancake last. Next is gonna be French toast. French toast, believe it or not, second longest to make. For real. You low-key gotta get special bread to make it, but there's a plus. You got French toast sticks. People sell French toast sticks everywhere.
Yes.
You know, French toast is not as fat as pancakes.
Yeah.
French toast smell fucking great. Pancakes smell good too, but hey, I'm gonna go with French toast number 3. Also, Terrell, I tell you, I've always been a French toast guy. Love it. Number 2, waffles. Number 2.
Cereal is number 1.
Can I get through my list?
Come on.
Waffles is number 1. I'm sorry. Waffles is number 2 because Eggos, clutch as fuck. Chicken and waffles, you can eat it with chicken. Roscoe's chicken and waffles is good with chicken. Waffles just slap. You can get the waffle bites. People sell
Terrance,
waffles
we
everywhere.
get it. Waffles are great. How the fuck is cereal over them?
Cereal is number 1 because cereal is the most clutchest go-to breakfast food of all time. If you had to choose one for 3 months only, you would choose cereal. You know why?
The variety.
The variety. Cereal, candy bars. You could eat it dry. Some people warm it up.
And I can switch it up. Like I can do corn. Like I can do like a corn type of joint. Like I can do like a Frosted Flake.
There we go.
Then I can switch it up and I could do Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. You see more cereal commercials, or at least when we was growing up. We saw all cereal commercials. We never saw. Well, I mean, I guess you got the Lego My Eggo commercial.
I'm getting ready to say, go ahead and act like Lego My Eggo.
We didn't see French toast stick commercials besides the one. The Eggos was the one, but it was cereal everywhere. You can eat it dry, cold. It don't matter how old you are. Milk sucks. I get it, but hey, we got almond milk now. We got 2% milk. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Cereal is my number one breakfast food. Now you can say your favorite.
My favorite. My favorite is probably gonna be pancakes. But let me tell you something.
My favorite would be pancakes.
I also fuck with a waffle maker. You flip the bitch waffle.
Telling you, waffle
Fuck
is
with
number
that.
2, and waffle crisp.
Waffle crisp fire. Had a box. You can smell it.
Waffle crisp cereal.
You can smell them through the box.
As soon as you get in the aisle, you say, "I got the waffle
Got the
crisp."
waffle crisp. Golden grams.
Fire.
Fire. What's the other ones with the frog on it? Honey Smacks?
Honey
fire.
Smacks, fire.
Honeycomb? Fire.
Fire.
Come on, more fire cereals. We in rhythm.
Frosted
We should do
Flakes,
a cereal.
the
You know what we
OG.
should do? We should do a cereal tier list.
We should, because Frosted Flakes is our OG. Fruit
Frosted
Loops is
Flakes
our OG.
S-tier.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks is up
Come
there, but
on.
not S tier.
Pops. Corn Pops.
Corn Pops fell off, Terrance.
Terrell, them joints are fire.
When the last time you had a bowl of Pops? Everybody that love Pops, if you ain't had them in the last 2 years, then you need to go revisit, because there's something about them that's not the same. It's the same thing. The way I feel about them, I feel about Tricks, bro. Same way I feel about Fruity Pebbles.
Y'all know my
Something
thing.
is off. And you know what it is? It's the fucking milk.
the milk not the
Growing
same.
up, my golden days of cereal was we would use a whole milk. We wasn't, What the Health didn't come out yet.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't know it was fucking cow pus and piss and blood in the milk. We didn't know that. But that was my best years of cereal. And now I be like, damn, something just off about this bowl of cereal I'm eating. It's because you eating it with fucking almond milk. You need some. I'm about to buy some whole milk. I'm going to get the little half-liter joint, just a joint like that. That way I can get to see if I can get that fucking itch.
No bullshit, but you better, your stomach gonna say, hold up.
I know,
What
exactly.
is this?
My stomach was always good with regular milk. I just switched because the world said to switch. I still fucked with whole milk when we switched.
Me and Terrell used to be able to drink a full cup of milk.
Glass. I could drink a glass of milk with some ice. Ooh, I don't need nothing. I would dip Oreos in that bitch and make some
I got
cookies
double
and cream
stuffed
milk.
Oreos in this joint.
Who put you on? Go ahead and say I didn't put you on the double stuff.
Why does a nigga want credit for
Terrance.
Oreos?
Terrance.
I'll give it to you,
Come
but
on.
like, why?
Come on, Terrance.
Who put you on hot Cheetos? This nigga is so happy that one day he gave you one and you fucked with it.
Yes. Terrance was buying Oreo Thins. Like my mom. You the mama's boy.
Oreo Thins are better than Oreo,
Oreo
stuff.
Thins are fire, but if
Oreo
you-
Thins better than Oreo double stuff.
They not, Terrance. I'm sorry. Don't get the vanilla double stuff.
Take 2 Thins and eat both of them bitches at the same time. And it's
You
gonna-
might as well get a regular Oreo.
But that's, you'll see.
You're
it's something
defeating the
about,
purpose
it's something
of the
about the
Thins.
Thins. Nah, it's something about the Thins.
The Thins are good with peanut butter though.
If you eat the mint Oreos, you're nuts. I don't know how you do
Terrance,
that
I
shit.
heard they good.
I don't know how
I
you
heard
do
they
that.
fire. And I heard they got a New York cheesecake joint that's fire. That just came out. Just came out, Oreo. I keep up.
That's why you look fluffy now. New York cheesecake Oreo is nuts.
Just came out.
That would probably be fire.
It probably hit.
Because the cream would be the cheesecake.
And the Oreo was like a gram.
Oh, no, I thought it was going to be Oreo. The fuck?
Motherfucker dishwasher doing its own. Remember
Hey, nigga, come and get these dishes.
remember when Sam touched a little piece of the shard and it dropped in the kitchen and all the fucking joints became Decepticons?
Nah, no bullshit. That should have been a way more tragic scene, though. They would have massacred everybody now.
They would have killed everybody. Bro, we was watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith. When the last time you watched that joint?
Me and A-Chain just watched it not long ago, literally 2 days ago.
That scene at the end
Yeah.
where we're a power couple.
I have a hot take about that
These
movie.
motherfuckers would have been dead.
They would have been dead when they were shooting at each other in the crib.
Yeah, it's a bunch. They done survived way too much.
They did.
It was a love story. They
I
was
was gonna
trying
say
to
this.
be.
that movie is known as this, it's a sexual tension movie. It really wasn't. I'm gonna tell y'all, the best movies with sexual tension is when it's not so fucking in your face. I was watching that movie and I'm like, I forgot how fucking corny this was a little bit. Like, Angelina Jolie, we get it. Be normal. Everything she says is just like I bet you didn't. Oh my God, this is hard to watch. And then Brad Pitt is like clenching his jaw the whole time, confused the whole time. I'm like,
man, that's a motherfucking
both
classic.
of these people look good, I get it. And putting them in a room together, I get the simple mind says, oh, they should fuck. But like, y'all can at least try to make them look like a couple. I was like, they was never a couple. You know?
If they would have never got together in real life, the movie would not be as iconic as it is. The movie is iconic because you literally watch that chemistry on screen get more and more real.
Yeah.
So,
you know who's the steal of that show? Of that movie? The steal? Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
He is the steal of that.
All right, Beth, speaking of movies, you got movie suggestion of the week?
I do. My movie suggestion of the week is going to be one of the most classic movies of all time. I've made it my movie suggestion before. I want to make it again. Shrek. It's on Netflix. It is literally one of the most goated movies ever. If you've seen it already, cool. Just go and watch it again, man. It is a classic.
Shrek is
Michael Myers,
yes.
Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz. Just go ahead and go down memory lane with that one. And of course, my movie suggestion is going to be the new Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
Joint that's in the theaters. I'm going to see in that. They saying that's the best movie in the world right now. The best movie in the world.
Yep.
You know I had smoke for them though. I don't like the fact that the apes just speak complete English. I think it's bullshit. Why would the apes speak English? They already have a language. Why are they going around saying, you heard what happened, right? Hold on, wait. Why aren't you just speaking monkey?
I don't think they do that, Tan. Do they?
I
thought they was doing the sign language. What the fuck these
Terrell,
motherfuckers
no, they
thought we was
speaking
coming
full
back
English.
for?
Remember they had the nigga eating the apple and he was eating and I said, what the fuck? Why is he talking English? Because this is my thing.
We need to rewatch them.
They learned how to speak English for the humans. That's why he was like, ape, strong. Maybe he could only say one word, ape. And they was like, oh shit. He said a word. Now these motherfuckers talking to each other in English.
Nah, yeah, it's crazy.
Why are y'all doing that? Y'all have your own, y'all speak ape. Anyway, we're going and seeing that.
I heard it was amazing. I've been hearing nothing but great things about it. I'm definitely going to add that to my movie suggestion. I think Shrek has some crazy life lessons in it.
100.
About insecurity, being fake as fuck, authenticity. I guess you can kind of put all of them under the same umbrella.
100%.
But it has some great lessons. My movie suggestion of the week is actually going to be the Equalizer series. Equalizer, first Netflix do dumb shit. I just gave y'all flowers, now you get criticized. Because Equalizer 1 is on Netflix. And Equalizer 3. Why the fuck y'all didn't get 2? And they got the nerve to put the Equalizer collection.
And they put Equalizer on for only like high-paying members. I heard if you got the base plan, you can't watch the first one. Yeah. Bullshit.
Maybe my plan ain't the highest, and that's why I don't have all 3.
Do you scroll through and see locks?
No.
Then you might have the good one.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, we don't do that. We got the household account. But mine is gonna be the Equalizer. I just rewatched them because I've never seen the third Equalizer. Fun fact. So I just finished the first one. I gotta watch the second one. And then I watch the third one. I gotta watch the second one again. I watch the third one, but they all on Netflix. I think the second one is on fucking Max or something. You gotta go find it. What else we been watching? Now You See Me, and Now You See Me Too. The Magic joints, them joints on Max. If anybody needs anything else to watch, I also gave niggas the recommendation of watching White Lotus on HBO if you need something short and sweet. Both of the seasons have different casts. So if you want to watch season 1, it's gonna be one cast. Season 2 is some people from the first, but it's different. But we're gearing up for a jam-packed June in television.
Yeah, we are, y'all.
So
I'm excited for it. I got shows that I'm getting ready to get started with. I told y'all about the Discord. That's still in motion. I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. The Discord is coming, and it ain't about to be like the lounge on Patreon. The lounge on Patreon is the lounge on Patreon for a reason. You feel me? It's all about what we do there. The Discord is not about to be a bunch of motherfuckers asking about music. I'm going to keep it a stack. Also, I got my thing coming to District 9 as well. I'm trying to get working
this week.
So, turn it up, man. Let's go, Realist 9. Turn in. Hey, we didn't even say nothing about Gunna's amazing album.
Oh, we didn't. Before we get out of here, we can. Shit,
we can't. No.
Gunna's album was amazing. Reaction just dropped on Patreon, so definitely go and check that out. Amazing album.
Amazing.
He did it again. I don't know if we get. I've been listening to that album nonstop. I've been listening to that album. But that's gonna wrap 201. Realist 9. Check us out on Patreon. We up there. We also upload it on YouTube. Check out our reaction to all of the Drake and Kendrick beef. Next time.
Happy birthday.
I know Cinnamon Toast Crunch when I see it.